Hi, I'm Aaron, the owner of Brisbane Yamaha, and you know I love Polycraft. We're the biggest in Australia. Have a look at this little beauty. You're not going to believe it. It's a 4.5 Drifter Frontrunner with the lot. Now, when I say the lot, the guy that's bought it, he's had lots of them, takes them out to the beach, does everything with them, and he's fully loaded the thing. That goes around, that clicks up in there. That's as easy as it is. Lock that down, and now your ball, look how far that is for beach launching. Absolute wonderful. You've got this C-section trailer, easy to wash out all that sand. Minn Kota at the front. And look, if your dealer isn't putting a ram bracket, something on your Minn Kota, well, when it wears out in the bushes, don't blame me and you didn't buy it from Brisbane Yamaha. Now, we've got one of our custom biminis on it. At the back here, 60 high thrust. I've spoken about them before. 60 high thrust. 60s are awesome. One of the most popular motors in Australia, in the world actually. Legendary performance. Some people say, oh, they're awesome when you get going, but a little bit hard to get out of the hole. Just like all 60s and 4-strokes. Well, this high thrust has the same gearbox ratio as a 70. I'd put them on all of them. We sell lots of them, and if you've got a boat with a 60, ask for a high thrust. They're only a few $100s more. Now, back here, nice ladder. Have a look at that hull, Dan, because they made a lot of differences to the rear of the Polycraft. And what it did was, it made them very dry and ride beautiful. I'll show you the other big difference that had happened. This big spray detector here. In the old Polycrafts, and if you've got a Polycraft that's wet, buy a new one, it's like a different boat, right? Stop the water from riding up and getting you wet. That's probably the only criticism that anyone's ever had with a Polycraft. They're plastic, and what people tell me is because they don't make the same noise in the water, you catch more fish. That's right. Now, one of the things for all you kids, when your dad tells you to stop talking, say, sound waves don't go through air and then water, Dad. It's walking on the boat that scares fish, not talking. A lot of American boats have the twin consoles. Now, why would you? Protection, you get more room, you could put another sounder. If you've got mates like mine, you'd put a sounder over here and you wouldn't even plug it in, you just have it on demo, you know? Stop mucking around with yours. You know what I'm talking about. Now, up the front, these are side pockets. What happens with them? They just go on the side. We don't bolt them in. We let the owner do it because they could want them anywhere. Awesome. Love all this poly stuff. Yeah, and of course, I've still got that $1,000 bet. If you can find a Polycraft that's been damaged from the sun, that's cracked, I'll give you $1,000 cash. Send me a photo. No one ever has. Now, up the front, Dan, storage. Now the Minn Kota we've plumbed in, it's all under the floor. It just unplugs, all Anderson, geez. 2 storage up the front, glove box. Nice helm, 703, Garmin sounder. They're just good, they're easy to use. Best thing about Garmin, touchscreen, when you get a mark, put it in, easy to edit. The only thing you need to know about a Garmin is when you need a waypoint, you just use an existing one. It never runs out, it always just adds another one. Now, back here, this has actually got live bait tank in one of the backs, in this casting deck. Not a bad size. It's a good size actually. I don't know what that's for, but it's got a butt drain. And have a look at that, Dan. Wonder what that's for. Just probably because of the shape of the boat or whatever. I don't know what you'd put in here, but it's got a drain up in here. Water runs through. Under this big storage at the back, 2 batteries. One's the Minn Kota, because you don't need a big Minn Kota, you only need 1 battery. Isolation switch, house battery. There's a bait board that goes on the back. More storage, all your tackle will go in there. Wonderful. Have a look at this transom, Dan. You got a little splash well, runs down, straight into a bilge. Wonderful, wonderful work. takes 5 people, maximum horsepower 60, with a high thrust it's like a 70. Tell you what, no wonder everyone buys these Polycrafts. If you're looking for a Polycraft, I've got someone called Polly Pete. Peter Evans is the Australian Knowledge Bank. We call him Polly Pete because he knows everything there is about Polycraft boats. If you've got a question, 3888 1727. Ask for Polly Pete, and we'll see you on the water in a Polycraft.